Hi everyone, so today I wanted to film a super quick, super easy tutorial on how I remove or put on stubborn doll shoes. So I'm sure that at least at some point for most of you, you've encountered a problem where you couldn't get a doll's shoes off or you couldn't get them on. So the two types of dolls I have this problem with usually would be Monster High and Bratz. So I have Little Dead Claudine over here. She's one of my favorites. She has these like boots that are really hard to get on and off, and despite the fact that I've had her for about 5 years, I still can't pull her shoes off easily. I can feel them budge a little bit, but they definitely don't come off all the way. And if you're familiar with Monster High, then you know they have these really skinny, articulated legs, and their knees can and will break. And while it is something you can technically fix, it's a lot better and more convenient when your doll doesn't break. So I'm personally always afraid when I encounter really tight shoes like this. I'm afraid that by trying to force the shoes off, I'm gonna break the doll's leg by accident because I'm like really strong, so I don't want to accidentally break my doll. And then, this is kind of how I actually came up with this idea. So, if you guys aren't familiar, the 2015 Bratz dolls came with like different body molds, and unlike the 2010 and the 2001 bodies, they don't share shoes very well because those dolls have very skinny like leg pegs, and so do their shoes. So this is a pair of 2015 shoes and they have very skinny holes. So I have this older Bratz doll here from 2007. She uses the 2001 body. She has a thicker peg, and I'll do a close-up, but basically the hole and the peg are just slightly different in size, so no matter how hard you try to force it, like manually, it just won't click in place. So these are the hole size. This was very hard to show, but... And then this is Sasha's like peg size, and it looks like it goes in, but when you put Bratz shoes on, you should hear that refreshing little click noise, and that won't happen unless you do this. And obviously your Bratz doll can't stand or wear these shoes, so this technique makes it so that you can put these shoes on the older Bratz dolls. It's not a permanent modification. It can easily go back on a 2015 doll. All you need for both of these is hot water. And this problem fixes a lot of things. If you have stretched out like neck holes on dolls, or even if your doll has like really chewed hands or feet, sometimes like when an animal chews on a doll, the plastic gets really stretched out, and what ends up happening is it like looks flat, and if you soak them in hot water, it can kind of shrink up some of the damage. The hand won't ever look brand new, but it will make it look better. And same thing if your doll has bowed legs or bent arms because they were contorted funny in the package. Hot water will help things reform their shape. So that's all you're gonna need is a bowl and some hot water. So I have this water, I've heated it up for a little while, and I'm using a tiny bowl, and all you're gonna wanna do is like soak your shoe. You can drop the whole thing in if you want. And we'll stick Claudine's boots in. And all this does, all the hot water does, is not melting the plastic, but it's softening it and making it more pliable, so you can therefore remove the shoes or put them on. And like I can already see, there we go. See how easy that was? They're both off. Obviously, you wouldn't want to put these like right away. You'd want to let them air dry out. And then for Sasha here, I'm just gonna like pound out the water from the inside really quick. And then pop. It didn't make a loud click, but I could feel it click in place. We're gonna grab the other one. Pound it out. There we go. So you just want to make sure that before you put the feet on, like pound the water out. You can, even if you're really concerned about like there being water in there, use a Q-tip or something to swab it, but you have to do it quickly because the plastic cools off fast. And you can see like I'm tugging, not coming off. They're very sturdy. And what ends up happening is when your doll wears these shoes for a while, I've noticed too with the Bratz dolls packaged wearing shoes, the holes are already kind of stretched out, whereas if they're fashion pack shoes or shoofy snaps shoes, like these were shoofy snaps, they weren't put on a doll in the factory, so their holes tend to be like a little less stretched out. So I could put like my study abroad shoes on one of my older Bratz dolls with a little more ease. So it's a very, very subtle difference, but these you just can't get on. But when they wear them for a little while, the hole will get a teeny bit stretched out, and they might be a little bit looser on the 2015 dolls. So if you're concerned about that, you literally just soak them back in hot water, and that'll cause them to like shrink up to their original state. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. Am I like in frame over here? Or am I like...
Oh yeah, you're very in frame.
Okay. And as you can see, Sasha's shoes are on, Claudine's shoes are off, Claudine's legs are not broken. Two happy dolls.
Happy owners.
Happy owners. So yeah, like I said, you can use this technique for a lot of things, even if you're having trouble getting a Monster High doll's arms to like separate, because if you guys don't know this, Monster High limbs pop in and out. If you're having trouble with that, heating it up in hot water can help you remove their limbs without breaking them. You can take playset pieces if you're trying to take apart a playset. If you soak them in hot water, you can kind of separate them easier or put them together. So this is just a really great way to prevent yourself from accidentally breaking your dolls. And it also gives you the ability to use these newer shoes on older dolls. Some people were actually like drilling into these shoes to make them fit the older dolls. And if you're like me and you want to use them on all your Bratz, and you don't want to do a permanent modification, this is super easy. And I've never had a problem with them getting moldy from this, because I make sure to like all the water is out before I pop the shoe on. So hope you enjoyed, and until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.